Hey guys, Jack here, and today in this video you're going to get my good impressions of Battlefield Hardline. If you'd like to see my bad impressions, click on the annotation now or go to the link in the description. This one is all about the stuff that I thought was pretty cool and sufficiently wet my whistle. Let's do this. The most important thing first, any changes and upgrades to the game or the engine that are developed by Visceral or DICE for BF4 and BF Hardline are cross-compatible. This means that all of the stuff going on in the Battlefield CTE client, the 30 tick rate, the netcode improvements, bug fixes, all of that stuff will be carried over to Battlefield Hardline, therefore implying that this game is going to be way more polished and playable than BF4 ever was when it's released. And that makes me very happy. The build we played had a 10 tick rate, but the developers told us that they had a 30 tick rate code working upstairs. It just wasn't ready for our play session. It should be coming soon. From what I could tell, there is no suppression in this game at all. In the first play session, we told the developers to think about experimenting with removing it. In the second play session, I'm pretty sure it's completely gone, and this makes the gunplay incredibly satisfying and snappy. Your bullets are going where they look like they should be. If they want to keep it in the game, perhaps Visceral could test giving suppression to just weapons like LMGs to make them more viable. It's going to be very interesting to see how this one plays out. You can now take ammo and health from support and medics. Why didn't anyone think of this before? If you need ammo or health, just run up to an enforcer or an operator and press use on them. You get some ammo or some health, and they get no points. No longer will you need to jump up and down in front of a support screaming, "I need ammo," 20 times before getting shot in the back. Genius. There's no counter knife in the game anymore. It was way too easy to counter knife in Battlefield 4 that it became kind of pointless and annoying. If you get the jump on someone and initiate a takedown in Battlefield Hardline, you win. The vehicle handling and collision models have been completely reworked from the ground up. The cars in this game are very fast, and with the BF4 collision they didn't work too great. However, Visceral decided to go in there, they worked on it from scratch and they made it good. It's the first Battlefield game that actually has good vehicle collision and handling. The faster cars in this game, like the coupes, muscle cars and police cruisers, handle like a fun arcade racing game. They feel great, and with rumours of a chase game mode circulating, this could be a very interesting addition to the game. I'd love to see a handbrake button though, Visceral. Visceral, please. The player versus player hit indicators have been changed slightly for Battlefield Hardline. Firstly, if you hit a vehicle, the hit indicator is slightly different, so you know what exactly you're hitting. And secondly, if you headshot someone, you now get a red hit indicator. Brilliant. It's incredibly satisfying, and it's a great way of quickly relaying information to the player on how much damage you've done to an enemy. Something that I really liked about BF Hardline was the emphasis on transport vehicles in the game. There are no tanks or crazy overpowered attack jets and attack helicopters in there. You're not constantly getting dumped on by vehicles. Infantry combat is the mainstay here. You've got some crazy shootouts that lead into car chases, bike chases, and lots of vertical gameplay. It's focused around pockets of infantry battles, and I really like that. You can also damage certain vehicles with normal handheld weapons like assault rifles, LMGs, shotguns, etc. This is awesome for me because it gives players who don't run with explosives a chance to fight back. If there's a helicopter hovering about 50 feet above you and you unload a 30 round AKM magazine into it, it's going to take some damage. If it stays there, eventually you'll take it down. If you're with a couple of other players and a police cruiser comes speeding towards you, you can make it stop with enough sustained firepower. It's just cool to see that, and it makes sense to me. There appears to be a lot of recoil in this game on some of the more powerful guns. The M16, for example, look at this, not controlling it, that's a lot of vertical recoil right there. And not to mention the AK as well, it does a ton of damage, but after that second bullet it kicks like a mule. This increases the element of skill needed to handle weapons in the game. It rewards the thoughtful and tactical players who think about their shooting techniques and practice a lot. The new game modes are a lot of fun. Heist is sort of like the new Rush with a dynamic element which can be reset, although I was a little confused at times when playing as a criminal with what exactly I had to do. Blood Money was great, played like Conquest in a lot of ways. It was a big map, plenty of styles and roles you can take on too. You can defend your vault, you can attack the enemy vault, camp the money in the middle, ferry the money, creep around and hunt players who are carrying a lot of money, steal it and take it back to your vault. It was very hectic and worked well on the high tension map. These are the only two game modes I'm allowed to talk about at the moment. You guys are going to find about more in the future. The way the field upgrade system is set up in this game is much better than in BF4. You rely on your own performance more than your squad. In BF4, your squad had to do well to get those upgrades, and if you were carrying your squad and they wiped out, you lose all of that good stuff. In Hardline, if you're doing well and reach a certain number of points, a pop-up comes on screen asking you which perk you'd like to take based on the class you are. So as an example, if you're an operator and fighting a lot of infantry, you should take the body armor perk. If you're coming up against a lot of vehicles and explosives, you should take the flak jacket route. I really enjoy rewarding the individual rather than those you are tied to in a squad, especially if they're random dudes that you don't usually play with who aren't particularly effective team players. Also, quick note in the regard of explosives, there's only like one grenade in this game. Grenade spam is at an absolute minimum and I couldn't be happier with that. The cash system in this game is pretty cool too, and actually how you unlock weapons. You earn cash just by playing the game, killing people, doing objectives, and once you've got enough you can buy a gun and then it's yours to keep forever. And what's great about this is that you can bank cash. So if you want to save up for the final really expensive sniper rifle, you can do that and just buy it once you've made enough money. It removes the tying of weapon unlocks to XP and it gives the player more choice with their progression through the game. Extended mags are back on all primary weapons by the looks of it. GG. Zip lines and grappling hooks are a nice addition to the game and open up more vertical gameplay opportunities, although I am a little worried about roof camping. If every relatively low building is accessible by a grappling hook, it could lead to some annoying spawn camping on certain maps and game modes. When you get killed, there's a nice little segmented picture in the bottom right of where exactly you took damage. It gives you some good feedback on how you died and it could help you work on your positioning. I think the tasers are pretty neat and lead to some hilarious scenarios. They don't seem overpowered to me either. They've got a very short range and a long reload. You can hit someone once and they'll go down for a few seconds and then get back up. When they're on the floor, you can shoot them, you can hold the taser to kill them, you can interrogate them, or you can just let them go, run off and be that guy. You know you want to be that guy. And then there's all the little cool new things that you're going to discover, like being able to lean out of cars and shoot. You can drop C4 out the side, out the windows. You can find these big oil tankers that are around the level and then park it in a hot spot with a load of enemies, cause a massive explosion. The riot shields, for example, if a player has it on their back, it blocks small arms fire, and this actually got me killed on a couple of occasions. It actually ended up saving the guy's life. The mobile command trucks that each team get, team mobile spawn points, sort of like the Sundra and PlanetSide 2. You can drive it around, you can park it in a tactical location and use it to spawn bomb an objective or a location. Ultimately, I think there's plenty of good stuff that Visceral are doing with Battlefield Hardline. Remember, it's not all good. Go and check out my bad impressions video if you want to hear the other side of the story. And I think the problem that Visceral are going to have with this game is convincing long-standing Battlefield fans that this is a Battlefield game and then it's worth your money. Because on the surface, I can understand how someone would look at it and go, oh, it just looks like a mod or a reskin. Why isn't this just DLC? And I totally get that. And I felt exactly the same when I saw it for the first time. I didn't get how the cops and criminals setting would work in a Battlefield game. But there's a lot of stuff crammed in here. New game modes, a crap load of features and changes that Battlefield fans have requested for a long time. And most importantly, it does actually play like a Battlefield game. This isn't Counter-Strike or COD or SWAT or Rainbow Six. This is still 32 and 64 players, big levels, vehicles and a lot of carnage. It feels like a Battlefield game, and I think that most people who went to the event would tell you the same thing too, and also that they had a lot of fun playing it. But please remember, really important, speak with your wallet. Don't pre-order this game until you're absolutely sure that you want to buy it, or why not just wait for it to be released, check out the reviews, see what the launch is like, and then make your mind up. Let your money do the talking, play the hell out of the beta, come to your own decision on it if you think it's worth it or not. Don't listen to me, this is just my experience of the game, my good and bad, my opinions. You might love it, you might hate it, and that's entirely up to you. Thanks for watching guys, leave a rating and a comment and I'll see you in the next one.